Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Pleasure to have you with us today in this session on revisiting relationships. So this is the second day of the IIT Delhi Alumni Fest 2020. So the theme for this year is exploring the new normal, and I welcome the alumni, the present students, delegates, and people who are actually watching us now. So it's wonderful. And today for this session, we have Mr. Sushil Jain. He is the past president of IIT Delhi Alumni Association. He works in the electrical design and consultancy area, though in a limited manner. And his current work is in value education. Self discovery is the major area of his interest, and he is involved in facilitating leadership through self discovery workshops based on the foundation course on human values and professional ethics. We also have with us Dr. Gopal Babu and Dr. Harsha Khandelwal, founder and director corporate Parijat and member of Indian Society for Training and Development. So I am pleased to welcome you all to this session, and I will now give it over to Mr. Sushil Jain, our past president. He will moderate the session. Sir, I am not able to see you here. Are you here, sir? Okay. Dr. Gopal Babu, are you here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay. Is Mr. Jain joining us?
Yeah, as per my information, he has to join, and
Huh?
as per my information, he is joining.
He's joining. Okay. So I think in the meanwhile, you and Dr. Harsha could, because it's like 2 minutes are already over. So maybe you could just talk through, and then as Sir joins, he can just take over. Will that be fine?
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. Yes.
So Harsha ma'am, can introduce yourself.
Yes. Namaste. Good evening. Hello, everybody. First of all, I appreciate all the team of IITD Alumni Association for such a fabulous work. I have gone through many of the sessions since yesterday. I have seen the inaugural event also. So such a wonderful program, and I'm indeed a pleasure, a great feeling to be a part of this. Presently, by professionally, I'm a psychologist and a founder director of Corporate Parijat, a firm which is exclusively for the mental health consultancy and training at corporate area. And I'm also a member of Indian Association of various training and development across the country, various places, departments. So professionally, this is me, Dr. Harsha Khandelwal, and I would be happy to know you also, Dr. Gopal.
Hello.
Babu. Yes, Mr. Sushil Jain is also with us now.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Namaste,
Yeah.
welcome.
Namaste. Nice to see you. Yeah. So should we start or are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Gopalji, namaskar.
Namaste, sir.
Okay. So we can start now, or do we have to wait for somebody or anything? Who is at the control?
I think we can start, sir, because we are already on time. We were just waiting for you.
Okay.
And now because you have come here, let's start.
Yeah. We have just 5 people right now, is it? We just have 5 people. How many participants we have? looks like we just have 5 participants.
This is live streaming on various platforms, so
Okay,
people can
okay.
connect with us.
All right. So let's start anyway. So this is a panel discussion now on revisiting a relationship, and I understand that we when we revisit something, that means we are trying to understand and its importance, in our life. So and it's a very important topic since we are surrounded with people, and in family or in workplace and society, and also we have a special relationship with ourselves also. So we need to understand what is the importance of the relationship with ourselves also, and it has a big bearing on our happiness, our day-to-day living, performance, ability to be useful in society, efficiency, and helping others. So all these things are very important in relationships, and but our understanding and our learning on this very important field area is very random. This is my observation, that it's so random that we just keep taking our understanding from our experiences or in the environment, as we go along with life. So which is sometimes it's very creates a lot of problems, a lot of issues in society, in family, with ourselves also. So a larger question remains: do we need to learn these things in education itself, in a systematic way, like we learn in all other subjects? So ये बहुत important है कि ये क्वेश्चन भी इसको टेकअप किया जाए और समझा जाए. तो मैं ज़्यादा टाइम ना लेते हुए मैं आपसे, हर्षा जी, आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि you start with this, and let's keep the timing 10 minutes each for the panelists. Both the panelists are very qualified, very highly experienced in the subject. You are a PhD in psychology. Dr. Gopal Babu is also a PhD in value education. So we are going to have a lovely time, and I think viewers will also enjoy it and learn a lot from this subject. And then after you and Gopal Babu have spoken, so then we can have a question answer session from the viewers, and maybe I will also add in some questions. So let's start. Harsha ji, please go ahead.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Sushil Jain. Very well said. The very significant role in our day-to-day life, the relationship. And this relations is actually the existence of our. These are the relations that keep us lively. It brings colors in the life. It makes us cheerful. It may be since a childhood, personal life, professional life, maybe any group, any age range, but this relation connects us. Like I'm connected here for this today on this event as a spouse of IITDAA. My husband is an proud alumni of year 2011 and 13, and he feels so connected still. Why? Because of that relationship. That relation is still alive. Whenever he has to visit Delhi for his business trip, he makes sure that he want to visit institution. He wants to meet with the teachers. So this is what relation is. That never ends. This is not bounded to a time period, to a duration, but this is a everlasting, as if that we preserve that, or that we treasure. And this is very important. This is out of my experience I speak, because every person is needy about one way or another. Everyone has their own need, maybe physical need, maybe a psychological need where we feel mental support. And this relationship, when we talk about this full-fledged social need and emotional need, this brings a contentment in life, because we are connected with the social people. We are social beings. In one way or other, we are connected with the business people, a grocery shop, farmers, institution, teachers, parents, neighbors, friends, elders, youngsters. Directly or indirectly, there are n number of people we are connected. But when there is a gravity where we feel connected, actually attached, that makes a beautiful, that makes a difference. Exactly, the difference is in the same way that we all are person, right? But personality makes the difference. In the same way, we have various relations in our life. Since birth, if we see, we are connected with our parents, then grandparents, then another relations in the family, blood relations, then siblings. Then we go to school, we have another friends, teachers, then college, university, higher education. Then in the professional life, subordinates, boss, there are so many relations that keep us always learning, active and updated as well. If you see, this is one of a part of my research. I would be happy to share a piece of work here. Earlier, we used to only assess IQ, but now for your professional excellence, for your higher education, for qualifying a job interview, you need to also carry SQ and EQ, social intelligence, emotional intelligence, and that comes into existence only because of relationship. Because this SQ, EQ, when we live in a family, when we live in a social setup, that naturally comes. We learn adjustment, we learn support, we learn our team building, a planning, a decision making, good communication skills. So that brings a sense of contentment, and that's really, really very important. If we forget at any stage of time, we can get back, we can restart. There is always a unlearn, relearn button in our, mental. So we can start up and get back to that. So there can be still so many such examples. Like yesterday when I was listening in the inaugural event, Srimati Meenakshi ji was very beautifully saying that alumni with whom she is working, she is appreciating largely. This is what a team spirit, we feel connected. This is what relation is. Because one single person can't bring a change or can't make things happen. In this pandemic also, we were into a physical distance, but we were connected virtually, digitally, and now also. From various parts of the country, you from Delhi or me from Gujarat, getting connected through this digital platform. This is bringing together. So to bring all this set of examples together, if I say, this is a beautiful, this relation, maybe personal relation, maybe professional relation, being an alumni, being a friend, being a caretaker, every relation matters a lot and keep us lively. So this, I do really mean this.
You want to say more, or you are you over?
Yes, yes,
Huh?
yes. I'll get back with another points
Yes.
after adding the views of Dr. Gopal Babu.
Dr. Gopal Babu, please come in and share your views on relationship. What is the importance? How do you understand it? And what is the basis of our relationships? How can we improve them? How can we bring it in a classroom environment? Is it possible?
Yes, sir. So thank you very much, sir, and giving me such a great opportunity to share my views in front of all talented people like Harsha ma'am, and all our audience present over here. So let just me share my screen. So is it visible? My screen is visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So my whole talk, my whole views will go around these 2 points: interconnectedness and coexistence. Then I will come slowly what is a relationship in the context of this interconnectedness and coexistence. So if we see this whole universe is because of relationship. We are here because of relationship. And if we look at this universe carefully, अगर हम इसको ध्यान से देखें, किसी भी चीज को, for example, look at a tree. If you look at a tree and leaves on that tree, leaves are made of cells. If you look at every cell is interconnected with whole leaf. Not only interconnected, this cell is in coexistence with whole leaf. हर एक सेल, each cell पूरी लीव को नर्चर कर रहा है with the relationship, not exploiting but nurturing the whole leaf. Similarly, अगर आप एक लीव को देखेंगे, the whole leaf nurturing the trees, उस ट्री को नर्चर कर रही है, उसके साथ कनेक्टेड भी है, इंटरकनेक्टेड भी है और कोएग्जिस्ट कर रही है. कोएग्जिस्टेंस मींस आई एम फुलफिलिंग अदर्स. तो उस लीव को अगर आप देखेंगे तो वो खुद भी एग्जिस्ट कर रही है, लेकिन उस पूरे ट्री के कोएग्जिस्टेंस में पार्टिसिपेट भी कर रही है. दैट इज रिलेशनशिप. पार्टिसिपेशन इन अदर्स एग्जिस्टेंस इज अ रिलेशनशिप. अगर आप पूरे ट्री को देखेंगे तो वो ट्री केवल एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रहा है, पूरे सिस्टम में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा है फॉर द एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ अदर्स. अगर आप पूरे अर्थ को देखेंगे तो केवल एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रही है, द होल अर्थ इज पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन इट्स सोलर सिस्टम. फीलिंग ऑफ कोएग्जिस्टेंस. अगर आप पूरे सोलर सिस्टम को देखेंगे तो होल सोलर सिस्टम इज नॉट ओनली एग्जिस्टिंग बट इट इज पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन द एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ गैलेक्सी. तो अगर आप एक एटम से लेकर पूरे गैलेक्सी तक देखेंगे तो हर एक यूनिट, एवरी यूनिट नॉट ओनली इंटरकनेक्टेड विथ ईच अदर बट कोएग्जिस्टिंग विथ ईच अदर ऑल्सो. हर यूनिट एक दूसरे के साथ कोएग्जिस्ट कर रही है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जैसे मैंने एक ट्री का एग्जाम्पल दिया, आप अपनी बॉडी को देखिए, मिलियंस ऑफ सेल्स आर इन अवर बॉडी. ईच सेल is interconnected with whole body and working for the coexistence of the body, working for the existence of the body. अगर ये रिलेशनशिप नहीं होती हमारे सेल्स के बीच में, क्या हम बॉडी के साथ खड़े हो सकते थे? नहीं. तो ये रिलेशनशिप सिर्फ ह्यूमन में नहीं, आप पूरे गैलेक्सी में, पूरे सोलर सिस्टम में, हर एक यूनिट में, एक एक एटम में ये रिलेशनशिप रिफ्लेक्ट होती है. और रिलेशनशिप का मीनिंग ही यही है कि मैं आपके साथ इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस को देख पा रहा हूं और कोएग्जिस्टेंस में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा हूं. अब अगर ह्यूमन को देखेंगे तो वी आर ऑल इंटरकनेक्टेड. एज हर्षा मैम सेड, ड्यू टू दिस इंटरनेट फैसिलिटी वी आर ऑल इंटरकनेक्टेड. द होल वर्ल्ड इज इंटरकनेक्टेड ऑन दिस वेब, बट आर वी कोएग्जिस्टिंग? क्या हम कोएग्जिस्ट कर रहे हैं? और को एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो क्या रीजन है जिसकी वजह से हम को एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? इंटरकनेक्टेड है मीन्स किसी भी कंट्री में कोई इवेंट होगी, उसका इम्पैक्ट चारों तरफ जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस कोरोना टाइम, कोरोना वायरस का इफेक्ट पूरे वर्ल्ड में दिख रहा है, बिकॉज वी आर ऑल इंटरकनेक्टेड, है ना. तो कोई भी इवेंट होगी, उसका इम्पैक्ट पूरे अर्थ पर जाएगा, पूरे यूनिवर्स में जाएगा. बट अगर हम लोग दूसरी यूनिट्स को देखें तो वो इंटरकनेक्टेड भी हैं और को एग्जिस्ट भी कर रही है. क्वेश्चन मार्क है ह्यूमन पर, क्या ह्यूमन इस इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस को समझकर को एग्जिस्ट कर पा रहा है? इफ ह्यूमन इज को एग्जिस्टिंग with every other unit including human, then it is fulfilling relationship. If human is not able to understand this interconnectedness and coexistence, then he will not be able to live in a coexistential manner. तो अगर कोई ह्यूमन इस इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस और कोएग्जिस्टेंस को नहीं समझ पाता है, तो वो जिसके साथ भी इंटरेक्शन करेगा, अगर ह्यूमन के साथ इंटरेक्शन करेगा, तो वो इसको इंश्योर नहीं कर पाएगा. तो बेसिकली देखेंगे तो हम सब, हमारी बॉडी, हम, ये पूरा यूनिवर्स रिलेशनशिप के साथ ही रिवील हुआ है. अगर रिलेशनशिप नहीं होती तो हम यहाँ पर नहीं एग्जिस्ट कर रहे होते. तो ये दो फैक्टर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस एंड कोएग्जिस्टेंस. अगर हम इसको स्टूडेंट्स के विजडम में नहीं लाते हैं, बच्चों के विजडम में नहीं ला पाते हैं, देन इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन टू लिव इन a fulfilling manner. It will be impossible for them. What is the role of education? Role of education is to improve the competence of our students, to improve their competence so that they are able to see interconnectedness and coexistence with every unit, with every human being. That is not happening today somehow. So as you asked, sir, it is very required, it is urgent need to inculcate this worldview, interconnectedness and coexistence in our education system, starting from school to engineering colleges to medical colleges, everywhere. Because we are progressing technologically, but we are not progressing somehow relationally. This is because of ignorance of this interconnectedness and coexistence. Another important thing, because we are ignoring this interconnectedness and coexistence, we are trying to become independent. We are trying to become independent. This is another problem. But if you see, the whole universe is not independent. The whole universe is interdependent. इस पूरे यूनिवर्स में देखेंगे इंटरडिपेंडेंस है, और अगर हम इंडिपेंडेंट होने की कोशिश करेंगे, इट विल लीड टू मैनी साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स. Psychological problem, relation problems arises due to ignorance of this interdependence. So I am interdependent, I am interconnected with my family members, I am interconnected with my society, I am interconnected with whole nature. But lack of wisdom, that lack of awareness of this wisdom, we are our relationship very fastly. Day by day, हमारे relationship degrade हो रहे हैं because of ignorance of this interconnectedness coexistence. इसीलिए आप देखेंगे मेडिकल साइंस में बहुत प्रोग्रेस हुआ है, एटम को भी ब्रेक किया है. हमारी मेडिकल में इतना एडवांस हो गया कि किसी भी ऑर्गन को, मोस्टली ऑर्गन्स को हम रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं, हम इंस्टेंटली कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं पूरी दुनिया में कहीं भी. बट in spite of these development, are we living happily? Are we able to recognize this relationship? Do we have this wisdom? Are we able to ensure this wisdom in our student? Are we ensuring this wisdom in students? That's why our students are going towards technological development, not towards relational development, not towards self-development. That's why our standard of living, standard of relationship are degrading day by day because of this wisdom. So as you said, sir, I am fully agree that there is an urgent need to inculcate this wisdom in education, and all of us have to make effort to ensure this wisdom in our education system. Then only we will be able to live in a mutual fulfillment manner. Then we can visualize a just society. Otherwise, it is very difficult. If a student is not able to see interconnectedness with other person, and we are giving him only technological development, then what he will do with technology?
Right.
So very correct, sir, that this kind of education is required, and we have to inculcate this wisdom in our education system. So this is all I want to say, sir.
Okay. Harsha ji, may I ask you, okay, relationship is very important. We understand now from both the panelists. So how do we go about it? How do we improve it? Because what we see in the student life, we see a lot of issues with the, in their lives. And sometimes it goes to many extremes like suicide and, other things. So how do we improve this, and how do we understand it clearly and inculcate in ourselves at the student at the learning stage?
Yes, I absolutely agree, sir. There is a high need of finding the solutions, because on one hand side we see increasing number of mental issues, suicidal ideations, and another side we are bringing these changes. There are people, like-minded people like us, who are wanted to bring certain positive changes in the society, and definitely that begins from childhood. One, we need to start a right way of parenting, where we are started giving trips in our parenting sessions to provide emotional gifts to the children rather than the materialistic gifts, so that their bonding between the parents and child gets very, very polished into a very qualified way. And we also started providing kind games apart from the mind games. As I told you, that initially we used to only focus on the IQ, intelligence, but now, apart from the mental mind games, brain developing games, we are starting providing them for kind games, so that they feel emotionally connected. Emotions would play a major role in that. On another side, there should be a developmental chain along with the empathy, so that they feel sensible. Because the violent games, the violence news all around us, the child, as the growing, becomes so insensible. They don't feel a person has shooted, murdered, a study around us in newspapers we see.
Yeah, all these things are happening, Harshaji. All these things are happening. But what we need to do to improve it? How we are going to do that? That is the important part. Can we share something on that?
Yes, yes. We need to develop them, as I told, two things, like giving emotional gifts, providing them a kind games, then connecting them with a culture, a Indian culture. Like in Indian culture, the concept, we never ever had old age homes. In Indian culture, we don't have divorce, suicide. So we once connected with the Indian culture, then the things will start changing. Starting from womb to tomb, we come across with so many people. With the people, once started with connectivity. One is communication externally with the language, one non-verbal communication, non-violent communication, in one on another way. When people starts feeling connected, like a brotherhood, Like in Indian culture, we have Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. We say namaste, appreciating the qualities. So when people start seeing to the positive side of the coin, then naturally the negative phase will be faded away. So in this way, we can certainly bring changes and find solutions as well.
Yeah, okay. Gopalji, do we see any intervention in terms of doing it through one-to-one, communication with the students, or in the schools or colleges, to improve the situation?
Yes, sir.
क्या हम एक उनसे डायरेक्टली बात करके एक स्टूडेंट्स को, जैसे कि बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स हम को हम लेते हैं स्कूल्स और कॉलेजेस में, क्या उसी तरह से हम बच्चों के साथ इसको क्लासरूम एनवायरनमेंट में भी वन टू वन कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं इस बात को और उसको इनकलकेट कर सकते हैं?
Yes, sir. This is, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. So very true, sir. I agree with you that we can communicate with the students individually. So in fact, if you go to school and talk to a child, he will tell you everything very innocently, in a very natural way. I quote an example. तो एक बार मैं ऐसी किसी स्कूल में गया हुआ था, तो वहाँ बच्चों से बात हो रही थी. तो जब बच्चों से बात हो रही थी तो ऐसे एक बच्चे से बात करते करते उस बच्चे ने शेयर किया, कल मेरी मम्मी पापा का झगड़ा हो गया था. मैंने कहा ओके. फिर अपने झगड़े के बारे में बताने लगा. लेकिन मैंने बच्चे से सिंपल एक क्वेश्चन पूछा, अच्छा तुम ये बताओ तुम क्या चाहते हो, व्हाट डू यू वांट? ही सेड हैप्पीनेस. आई वांट टू बी हैप्पी. मैंने कहा ओके, वेरी गुड. यही क्वेश्चन, सेम क्वेश्चन अगर आप किसी बड़े व्यक्ति से पूछिए, किसी ग्रेजुएट व्यक्ति से पूछिए, डू यू वांट टू बी हैप्पी, ही विल नॉट टेल यू डायरेक्टली, है ना. ही विल से दैट आई वांट to be happy, but due to that, due to this, due to that person, I am not able to be happy. यही क्वेश्चन आप किसी और बड़े व्यक्ति से पूछिए जिसकी एजुकेशन थोड़ी और ज्यादा हो गई हो, तो थोड़े देर बाद है ना, वो और भी चीजें बोलेगा. व्हाट आर पैरामीटर्स ऑफ हैप्पीनेस, हाउ कैन आई बी हैप्पी विद ऑल दीज सिचुएशंस, विद ऑल दीज पीपल्स. जैसे जैसे आप बढ़ते जाएंगे ना ऊपर की तरफ, वैसे वैसे कॉम्प्लिकेसी दिखेगी. तो अगर अभी हम अपने एजुकेशन सिस्टम को देखें तो इससे निकलते हुए कॉम्प्लिकेसीज बढ़ रही हैं हमारे माइंड में. तो मुझे लगता है हमको इंडिविजुअली भी बात करने की जरूरत है, पेरेंट्स लेवल पर भी बात करने की जरूरत है, सोसाइटी लेवल पर भी बात करने की जरूरत है, कॉलेज लेवल पर भी बात करने की जरूरत है. बिकॉज वी आर ऑल इंटरकनेक्टेड. अगर हम केवल स्कूल लेवल पर बात करते हैं, इंडिविजुअली बात करते हैं, लेकिन सोसाइटी लेवल पर बात नहीं करते हैं, तो इसका इम्पैक्ट आने में इट विल टेक लॉन्ग टाइम. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, जब हम इंडिविजुअली बात करने जा रहे हैं तब हम बात क्या करेंगे ये क्लियर होना जरूरी है. जैसे आप किसी से भी पूछिए क्या चाहते हो, हैप्पी होना चाहते हैं. डू बी एड्रेसिंग हैप्पीनेस, क्या हम हैप्पीनेस को एड्रेस कर रहे हैं? आप किसी से पूछिए. जैसे मैंने बच्चों से पूछा आप कब हैप्पी होते हो, तो उन्होंने बहुत सारे इवेंट बताए. तो मैंने जैसे उनसे कहा जब आपके मार्क्स अच्छे आते हैं, हाँ हम हैप्पी होते हैं. मैंने कहा जब आप कुछ अचीव कर लेते हैं, कहते हैं हाँ हैप्पी होते हैं. मैं बच्चों से पूछता हूँ हैप्पी होने के बाद क्या करते हो. मान लीजिए आपने कुछ किया, हैप्पी हो गए, देन व्हाट नेक्स्ट? तो बच्चे कहते हैं फिर से मुझे हैप्पीनेस चाहिए. यानी कि वी आर लुकिंग फॉर कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ हैप्पीनेस, नॉट ओनली हैप्पीनेस. And in our whole education system, we are not talking about continuity. We are talking about only happiness. तो मैंने बच्चों से पूछा कि बताइए 2 शब्द मैं लिख रहा हूँ, 2 words I am writing. Tell me both are similar or different. तो वो 2 वर्ड मैंने उनके सामने लिखे. नंबर 1 एक्साइटमेंट, नंबर 2 हैप्पीनेस. and I asked them, both are different or same? All of them said both are different. तो मैंने उनसे पूछा, जब तुम टॉप करते हो तो एक्साइटेड फील करते हो या हैप्पी फील करते हो? जब तुम कुछ नया ड्रेस पहनते हो, लोग तारीफ करते हैं, तुम एक्साइटेड फील करते हो, हैप्पी फील करते हो? तो धीरे धीरे ये आने लगा कि बच्चे एक्साइटेड फील कर रहे हैं, हैप्पी फील ही नहीं कर रहे हैं. फिर मैंने बच्चों से पूछा कि एक्साइटमेंट की कंटिन्यूटी हो सकती है? सारे बच्चों ने कहा नहीं हो सकती. तो जब हम इंडिविजुअली बात करने जाएंगे तो बात भी क्या करेंगे, क्योंकि जो हमारे एस्पिरेशंस है हैप्पीनेस की कंटिन्यूटी, अगर हम इसको ठीक से एड्रेस नहीं कर रहे हैं तो हो सकता है बच्चे हमारे शब्दों से, हमारे कम्युनिकेशन से बहुत प्रभावित हो जाएं, लेकिन वो जो प्रभाव है, वो जो इफेक्ट है, वो बहुत देर तक सस्टेन नहीं करता है. तो ये जो हैप्पीनेस की बात है, ये जो रियल हैप्पीनेस की बात है, जो भी हर्षा मैम कह रही थी, कॉन्शियस लेवल की हैप्पीनेस की बात है, नॉट मटेरियलिस्टिक हैप्पीनेस. हमें उसकी बात, उसके करिकुलम, उसकी बात सोसाइटी लेवल पर, उसकी बात स्कूल लेवल पर, उसकी बात कॉलेज लेवल पर, ये सब लेवल पर करनी पड़ेगी. एंड समहाउ वी आर नॉट एड्रेसिंग इट. वी आर एड्रेसिंग एक्साइटमेंट. अभी अगर पूरे एजुकेशन सिस्टम को देखेंगे, हमारे एक्साइटमेंट्स कैसे पूरे हो सकते हैं, उसकी प्रिपरेशन है. हमारी हैप्पीनेस कैसे कंटिन्यूअस हो सकती है, इसकी अभी प्रिपरेशन नहीं कर रहे हैं, या बहुत ही कम कर रहे हैं, बहुत ही कम परसेंटेज पर कर रहे हैं. तो आपकी बात से बिल्कुल एग्री हूँ सर मैं. देयर इज अ नीड टू टॉक एट इंडिविजुअल लेवल, है ना, चाइल्ड टू चाइल्ड, पर्सन टू पर्सन. एट द सेम टाइम देयर इज नीड टू टॉक एट सोसाइटी लेवल, at the same time at college level, at nation level, at international level. But when we are going to talk individually or at large level, we should be aware what we are going to talk of. We should talk about happiness. That is basic aspiration of all. And this happiness is however connected with wisdom of interconnectedness and coexistence. When I am able to see interconnected with other, and when I coexist with other, I feel happy. When I coexist with nature, I feel happy. So if we are interacting with each other or some audience, and it is required to inculcate this wisdom so that they may fulfill their basic aspiration in continuity. Yes, sir.
हर्षा जी, हमने देखा कि ये behavior, whenever we talk about a relationship, we generally talk about the problems, what we see with people and their behavior, but are we able to go beyond that to the core issues? What is creating relationship and what is spoiling relationship?
Yes, absolutely true, sir. Behavior तो एक कारण है ही, major reason. दूसरा major है wanting more desire, more greediness, more expectations. That is spoiling the relation. To be in one frame, हमारी excitement, जैसे बोला आपने, उसके साथ साथ बहुत ज़्यादा ही हम expect कर रहे हैं हर relation में, and that is spoiling our relationship. If a relationship has to be in a harmonious way, it is a great need to manage and bring into a proper track. Not too many desires, not too many expectations, but into a balance where we interdepend, where we complement each other. Maybe child and parent, maybe life partners, maybe a professional links, colleagues, or student and teacher. In many relations need to be complementary, giving and taking both together, not always taking and taking but not giving. When we give and then take, that work.
Gopal ji, again, to take it further, behavior, I understand behavior is an outcome of what we think, what we believe in, and how we are groomed, finally. So it's very difficult to change behavior, anybody's behavior, unless you really work on, explore what you are believing in, what are you actually thoughts you have, How do we do that? And I understand that you are already doing this work in the universities. So how do you do that, and how you are able to train people, even the teachers, to further take it on with the students?
जी सर, तो वेरी राइट सर कि our behavior is an outcome of our thoughts. In fact, our behavior and work both are outcomes of our thoughts. जो हमारे विचार है ना, ये गवर्न कर रहे हैं हमारे बिहेवियर एंड वर्क को. तो बेसिकली अगर हमें बिहेवियर को इम्प्रूव करना है तो थॉट्स पे काम करना पड़ेगा, कॉन्शियसनेस पे काम करना पड़ेगा. तो अगर ध्यान से देखें सर, तो अभी ये जो आप मेथडोलॉजी के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं कि कैसे लोगों के बिहेवियर में क्वालिटेटिव इंप्रूवमेंट हो सकता है, सो बेसिकली देखेंगे जो हमारे भी थॉट्स है वो इन्फ्लुएंस्ड रहते हैं सम प्री कंडीशनिंग से, बिलीफ से, सेंसेशन से. जैसे मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ. मैंने एक बार स्कूल में ऐसे बच्चों के साथ था. मैं डिफरेंट लेवल पर प्रोग्राम करता रहता हूँ, स्कूल लेवल पर, कॉलेज लेवल पर, फैकल्टीज के साथ, डायरेक्टर्स के साथ, मैनेजमेंट्स के साथ अक्रॉस द कंट्री. तो जस्ट मैं एक बार स्कूल में किसी था, तो मैंने बच्चों से पूछा, अच्छा ये बताओ कि जब तुम रेस्टोरेंट जाते हो तो कौन सी कोल्ड ड्रिंक ऑर्डर करते हो? तो बच्चों ने कहा कि सर मैं लिम्का, किसी ने कहा कोक. तो मैंने उनसे पूछा, अच्छा ये बताओ ये तुमने ऑर्डर किया है या somebody has forced you to order this kind of drink? नो सर, मैंने खुद ऑर्डर किया है, मेरे पैसे हैं, मैंने खुद ऑर्डर किया है. मैंने उनसे पूछा, अच्छा ये बताओ अगर तुमने खुद ऑर्डर किया होता है तो कौन सी ड्रिंक ऑर्डर करते हैं जो तुम्हारे शरीर को नर्चरिंग करती है, जो तुम्हारे शरीर को डैमेज करती है? तो एवरीवन सेड नर्चरिंग, जो हमारे शरीर को नर्चरिंग करती है. यानी कि हम इतना डीपली इन्फ्लुएंस्ड हैं कि हमको पता भी नहीं चल रहा है कि हम किसके इच्छा से काम कर रहे हैं, ये मेरे विचार है या किसी और के विचार है. इतना डीपली हम इन्फ्लुएंस्ड हैं लोगों से. तो ये जो डीप लेवल पर इन्फ्लुएंस है ना लोगों का, ये हमारे बिहेवियर और वर्क में रैंडमनेस लाता है. तो मैं बॉडी का नर्चरिंग करना चाहता हूं, बट ड्यू टू इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ अदर्स आई एम एक्सप्लॉइटिंग माई बॉडी विथ मैनी काइंड ऑफ फूड्स. जब तक हम ये थॉट्स लेवल पर काम नहीं करेंगे तब तक ये क्वालिटेटिव इंप्रूवमेंट नहीं आ सकता है. और मैंने बच्चों से पूछा, जैसे काफ़ी बच्चों से मैं पूछता हूँ क्या चाहते हो, तो बच्चे कहते हैं कि सर हम फ्रीडम चाहते हैं. तो मैं बच्चों से पूछता हूँ, अच्छा बताओ फ्रीडम का मतलब क्या है? तो बच्चे कहते हैं कि मेरे मन में जो है वो करने दो. फिर मैं बच्चों से पूछता हूँ तुम्हारे मन में आता है, तुम्हें पता नहीं चलता कहाँ से आ रहा है? अभी तो तुम बोल रहे थे कोल्ड ड्रिंक मैं ऑर्डर कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन तुम तो नहीं ऑर्डर कर रहे हो, क्योंकि तुम अपने ऑर्डर करते क्या अपने शरीर को डैमेज करते. तो बच्चे अभी फ्रीडम नहीं, बच्चे मनमानी पर उतर आए. इनफैक्ट बच्चे नहीं, ज्यादातर लोगों को देखेंगे अभी हमने फ्रीडम को मनमानी मान लिया है. तो जब तक लोगों को रियल में ये फ्रीडम समझ में नहीं आएंगी, सो फ्रीडम मीन्स आई एम फ्री फ्रॉम ऑल काइंड ऑफ सेंसेशन एंड प्री कंडीशनिंग्स, बिलीव्स. माई थॉट्स आर फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम माई नेचुरल एक्सेप्टेंस, माई ओरिजिनल स्वभाव. then only my behavior and work can be definite. Otherwise it is very difficult to improve behavior and work without working on thoughts of people. जैसा मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों को देखा ना, अभी पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट का कोर्स करते हैं, तो अभी ज़्यादातर मैंने जो देखा पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट में, तो वो बिहेवियर और वर्क पर फोकस है, उसका एक पार्ट. तो अच्छे दिखो, अच्छी टाई पहनो, अच्छे शूज़ पहनो, कॉन्फिडेंस से बैठो, कॉन्फिडेंस से बात करो, भले ही तुम्हारे विचारों में हल्ला मचाओ, भले ही तुम्हारे विचारों में टॉस मचाओ. सो पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट में भी थॉट्स का इम्प्रूवमेंट होना जरूरी है.
गोपाल जी, इसको आप किस तरीके से इसको प्रोसीड करते हैं? आप इस चीजों को कैसे आप एड्रेस करते हैं?
यस, थ्रू सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन, थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन.
रिलेशनशिप को कैसे उसको एड्रेस करते हैं? क्या अंडरस्टैंडिंग देते हैं?
तो वी इनिशिएट द प्रोसेस ऑफ सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन we conduct workshop of 8 days workshop, 3 days workshop on relationship, on exploration, where we put our talk in the form of proposal, and we leave people to verify my proposal. So we do dialogue with my audience, और इस डायलॉग के हम लोग एक्सप्लोर करते हैं कि व्हाट इज राइट फॉर मी. हम सब मिलकर तय करेंगे व्हाट इज राइट फॉर मी. तो एक्चुअली हम लोग जो वर्कशॉप करते हैं उसमें एक्सप्लोरेशन का प्रोसेस इनिशिएट करते हैं, और स्पेशली जब रिलेशनशिप की बात करते हैं तो ये फीलिंग्स पर हम लोग बात करते हैं, ट्रस्ट, रिस्पेक्ट, केयर, गाइडेंस. अभी अगर हमारे घर में देखेंगे ना, हमारे रिलेशनशिप में देखेंगे, ज़्यादातर प्रॉब्लम इन फीलिंग्स के अभाव में है. तुम मुझ पर विश्वास नहीं करते हो, यू डोंट ट्रस्ट मी, यू डोंट रिस्पेक्ट मी, यू डोंट केयर मी, यू डोंट लव मी. मैंने बच्चों को बड़ा किया लेकिन वो ग्रेटिट्यूड फील नहीं करते हैं. अभी आज की डेट में देखेंगे तो लोगों को मटेरियलिस्टिक चीज़ों का इतना प्रॉब्लम नहीं है जितना फीलिंग्स के प्रॉब्लम हो गया है, क्राइसिस हो गया है. और वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, जब हम लोग ये बात करते हैं तो बहुत सारे लोगों को इसकी क्लियरिटी नहीं होती है. जैसे मैंने बच्चे से पूछा कि तुम ट्रस्ट करना चाहते हो कि नहीं पेरेंट्स पे, बच्चों ने कहा हाँ. फिर मैंने पूछा कैसे पता चलता है कि तुम ट्रस्ट कर रहे हो. दे हैव नो आइडिया. मैंने पेरेंट्स से बात की, आपको कब पता चलता है कि आप बच्चे पर ट्रस्ट कर रहे हैं? दे हैव नो आइडिया. लोग क्या करते हैं, सिर्फ अपनी लिस्ट बना देते हैं, अगर मेरी लिस्ट को फॉलो करोगे तो मैं तुम पर ट्रस्ट करता हूँ, नहीं फॉलो करोगे तो नहीं करता हूँ. तो हम लोग अपने वर्कशॉप में वी डिस्कस ऑल दीज फीलिंग्स इन डिटेल. दैट्स व्हाई वी कंडक्ट 3 days and 8 days workshops. So every feeling takes 2 to 3 sessions of 1.5 hours. So we put all the feelings in the form of proposals, their definitions. People verify. I help them to verify this kind of feelings. Then we reach up to a conclusion. So this exploration process helps people to bring out these inherent feelings in their behavior. So this is the process that we adopt in our workshops. Sir.
Wonderful. How do you do it, Harshaji, in your work?
Yes. I provide various counseling and therapy session for relationship management. Maybe it is among parents, marital or old age relation problems. So counseling is the base that creates, sharing platform, because in psychological concept, we use catharsis. When we share, half of the problems get sorted out then and there. So in an initial phase of counseling, and then taking into the next level, providing them various therapies, like for a behavioral change, earlier we were been discussing, we provide behavior therapy to manage cognitive behavior therapy, then to re-understand, to relearn their concepts, what they're used to have earlier. We provide various cognitive restructuring. So in this way, with a small practices that also work, maybe their motor training, maybe a small practices where we ask them to share dining with all the family members, share a television episode, any of the comedy show, a movie, or at least a small picnic, a Sunday time with family, a small activities and practices makes a gradual change in their relationships, and that building happens.
Yeah. So I think we have come to an end. Have we overshot our time, limit time, or can we go ahead? Who can tell us? Anybody from IIT-DA? No one? So I think should we wind up or at this point, or we have the time to go on? Okay, so I'll try to wrap it up. Harshaji, as I understand, your work actually comes later when people have problems, and you provide counseling and you provide them help in sorting out those problems. But at the same time, what Gopal Babu is doing is providing inputs or self-exploration right in education, and building up people with a kind of uh, mental condition which doesn't lead to problems later. So that's both things are both work are very important. But I think we have to give more importance to what we do in education, in training people, so that they are empowered. They don't get into problems later in life. Rather, they contribute to the nation building in a more constructive and happy way. Because a happy person is very important. If people, individuals are not happy, their contribution will always remain doubtful, and they may go haywire, and create chaos, more chaos than anything else. So I think it was wonderful session. I have enjoyed, and we'll definitely have more. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. One point, adding to your closing mark, definitely, if we have a value education from our baseline, definitely a miraculous change would certain to happen. But definitely, I need to clarify here. This is my moral duty to do that. That counseling and therapy is not only to solve the problems, but also to refine and betterment from good to better, better to the best. So that helps for a personality development, for refining and nourishing our generations. So that also works. Agree with you, sir.
That's good. Thank you for that clarification. And I think we will have more session, especially designed the work you do, or what Gopal Babu is doing. And because this in limited time, I don't think we are really able to do justice with either of the panelists. And we will have more such sessions in future. I'll ask ITDA to plan for that. Thank you so much. And we will break now at this point, and I'll say goodbye to our viewers also. I can't see them and I can't interact with them, so it's I don't know what's happening behind the scene.
This is called as far distant relations. They're not us live, but we can't see them. But hello,
Yeah.
viewers. Thank you for joining
I've
us.
been,
Thank you.
Okay,
I've
thank you,
been
sir.
really wonderful to see
Share the
them.
screen platform with Mr. Sushil Jain and Dr. Gopal Babu.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Gopal.